Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. Today I'm going to be talking about Roth IRAs and 401ks, how they're different, what they are, and which one is right for you. But before we get started, first I want to outline why it is so important to start saving for retirement. You might be thinking to yourself, "No, you're too young to start saving for retirement. You've got plenty of time," or "It's too late for me. I'm too old." I want to encourage you to start today, right now. And I just want to highlight how important it is, especially if you're young, to start putting money into retirement as soon as possible, because time is your best friend. If you're 25 and you want to retire at 65, that's 40 years from now. At an 8% interest rate, contributing $300 per month, you will have $966 at 65. 822,000 of that, I'm going to say that again, $822,000 of that is just from interest alone. Now your contributions just from growth in the market. That's 85% of your total retirement is from growth because you started saving 40 years ago. If you wait because you're young, you don't need to save yet until 35, 10 years, that amount that you'll have at 65 drops to a total of $422,000, and 314% of that is from interest. Now, you can see that the majority of that is still interest. However, the total amount of retirement that you have dropped by half because you waited only 10 years. So I would encourage you to start right now. Time is your best friend. And if you're already 35, if you're 40, if you're 45, 50, whatever, start now. The sooner the better. It's never too late, but the sooner you get started, the better off you will be in retirement. So with all that said, let's jump right into the video. What is a 401k and a Roth IRA? Well, both are tax advantage retirement accounts. A 401k is an employer-sponsored retirement account that uses pre-tax money. This is awesome because it reduces your taxable income, and since it's not tax going into the account, this is more money on the front end that you can accumulate interest over time. The catch, of course, is the tax man needs to get his money, so you will have to pay interest when you take that money out after 59 and a half. A Roth IRA is an individual retirement account, meaning you don't need to have an employer or any kind of special plan to have one. Pretty much any brokerage will allow you to open a Roth IRA. Now, the Roth IRA is a little different because it uses post-tax money. So you've already paid income tax on a Roth IRA when you put the money in. The advantage, though, is that you paid zero income tax when you go to withdraw that money after 59 and a half. So that begs the question, which one is right for you? And like pretty much anything, that's really going to depend, right? Anything is better than nothing. So most important, if your employer offers a 401k matching, definitely take that. You should absolutely go with that, max that out. So if they're going to contribute, 4% of what you contribute, take that, whatever it is, even if it's 1%, because that's free money and that's guaranteed return that you're not going to get anywhere else, right? I mean, if I were to offer you free money right now, hey, I'll send you $10, I'll send you $100. Would you really turn that down? Probably not. So do not leave that money lying on the table. Take it, because that will greatly increase the amount of money that you could have at retirement. And again, that's guaranteed return. The downside to a 401k is we don't know what the tax rates are going to be in the future. So yes, you're avoiding paying taxes now, but because you'll have to pay them in the future, and it's anybody's best guess what they will be, they'll probably be higher. And so you're going to have to pay income taxes on that. Conventional wisdom is that in retirement, you will need less money because you'll have less expenses. You won't need to commute. You won't need to save for retirement. You won't need to spend money on clothes for work. So this will save you money, thus you'll need to take less retirement income. So that is something to consider. The other consideration is that because you're getting more money in on the front end, you'll have more interest. So you'll have more money than using post-tax money. And in this case, you might have more money that the taxes don't really matter. That's kind of the counterpoint. But that's really up to you to decide if you're willing to bet on taxes or if you're willing to bet on having so much more money that, the taxes really aren't as important. Now, conversely, with a Roth IRA, since you're using post-tax money, you don't have to worry about paying taxes. We don't have to worry about the tax rates in the future. Now, Theoretically, the government could change the tax advantages with the Roth IRA in the future. It seems pretty unlikely that they would do that, but I think that's kind of the risk factor, if there is one, with the Roth IRA. The other consideration with the Roth IRA is that there are income limits. So if you make more than $139,000 per year as a single filer as of 2020, these numbers are subject to change, you cannot contribute to a Roth IRA. And if you are married filing jointly and make more than $206,000 per year, you can also no longer contribute to a Roth IRA. So if you are in the higher income bracket, you will not be able to contribute. So your only option is going to be the 401k. Final thing I want to mention is that because these are tax advantage accounts, the government does not want you to put too much money into them, so they do set limits on how much you can contribute. So again, these numbers are subject to change, but as of 2020, you can contribute $19,500 to a 401k and only $6,000 to a Roth IRA. So if you have the money and can max out both of them, that's fantastic. But otherwise, as you can see, the Roth IRA has a substantially lower limit than the 401k, and I think primarily that's due to the fact that they don't want you to have too much tax-free income when you retire. Now, as for me, what I do is my employer does offer 401k matching, and I am not a high earner, so I am eligible to contribute to a Roth IRA. But what I'll do is I put the maximum amount that they'll contribute, that they'll match to my 401k, and then whatever's left over that I can afford to contribute, I will put into a Roth IRA because I really want those tax-free earnings in the future. And it does make me a little nervous about tax rates, but I'm trying to get the best of both worlds. And if my employer ever stops matching or I get a different job that doesn't do any matching, I'm going to put everything into a Roth IRA while I still can. Now, I would encourage, if you are someone who's currently within the threshold to contribute to Roth IRA, but have the potential to be a high earner, I would encourage you to max out the Roth IRA while you can. That way you'll get that money, you can let it grow. Then once you hit that higher income threshold and can no longer contribute, then contribute to a 401k. This will also help you reduce your taxable income. You don't need to worry so much about the taxable income when you're a lower earner. So as you make more income, start contributing to that 401k, reduce your taxable income, and take the advantages. And of course, if you can contribute to both, definitely contribute to both. That's all I've got for today. If you like this video, please do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. Comment, let me know what you think I could do better, or if you like this information, let me know if you're contributing to a retirement account or not. And until next time, thanks.